Dude, I just got a call from Augie and Tipster's in the hospital.
He's in the fucking hospital?
Nah, I'm fucking with you. What's going on, man?
Tipster has returned to Twitter. All is good and right within the world once again. And while it doesn't seem like he'll be returning to commentary anytime soon, he's back from his hiatus, and we've returned to our regularly scheduled program. But it's not been without its share of tumultuousness. In Tipster's absence, there was a very vocal minority of people who earnestly believed that Tipster was in danger, that his mental health could be severely affected by words on Twitter. And while I do think people were a bit hard on him, it's been extremely lightweight considering what the internet usually has to offer. But one person, Prag, short for pragmatic leftist, Twitter at leftnotedge1, vehemently disagrees. So much so that they got into a Twitch debate with Aiden Projects, or at Punish Project, on the subject of mental health. I'm not kidding. Tipster going on a blocking and unfollowing spree, followed by announcing his break from Twitter, sparked a real Twitch debate. Prag bills themselves as a Christian, utilitarian, paternalist, trans, social democrat, policy wonk, debater, supporter of liberal leftist unity. So she, they, she, is, are a political debate bro. Both on stream and on Twitter, Prag stepped up to speak out against jokes. Actually jokes.
Okay, so what I'm going to argue, Aiden, is that I don't, there's just a possibility he cannot develop that skill, right? There's a possibility you push him over the edge and he kills himself, right? And so while you're...
They write, I only ever entered the Tipster discourse due to the commentary community not taking harassment, bullying, and mental health seriously. Their idea of harassment fits no descriptive definition and can and has led to harm. My arguments are logically sound and backed up by tons of empirical evidence on the ability of jokes to cause significant amount of mental distress and PSD. This is a real problem. Denying it is going to lead to the community falling in disrepute, they said, blissfully unaware of the multitude of pedophilia and grooming allegations that we've been hearing for the past year alone. Prag cited that tons of empirical evidence backed that words can be harmful. If this wasn't bad enough, Tipster himself chimed in on the entire matter. What's Tipster's summary? I was in a bad mood and mildly annoyed, so logged off for a few days, and someone went on a full-on debate about how I was a self-harm risk. Is this real life? Lol. He then linked Aiden's debate with Prag. Left Not Edge was wrong. Punished Project was right. Epic Aiden W. Who is this Prag person? Cause they are cringe. I am not going to off myself. Lol. You see, whereas most observers would have described what Tipster went through as getting shit on, Prag saw as online harassment, bullying, and goading somebody into suicide, I guess? Yes, Tipster, an older man with a family of his own, needs to have the bedsheets taken out of his room. Take away any sharp objects. Keep an eye on him, he might be a flight risk, because people said he was being yay and cringe online. Prag even got into a back and forth with Hannah Animal, if you remember Tipster's top e-whore. At one point, Hannah said, fine, want an argument? If your real goal is to change how mental health is treated in the community, kill yourself. People tend to take the dead more seriously. That would faster your goal. Content warning, mental health threats. I made the point the other day that the commentary community disregards mental health, and this big commentator responded asking me to end my life. When you refuse to deal with this type of behavior, you enable it to continue. Keep in mind that at about 1,300 followers, Hannah is not a big commentator. And I believe it was pretty clearly rhetorical what Hannah was saying. They continued to call Hannah completely unhinged. Also, if I am making a point that commentary mocks and disregards people's mental health, and your response is to try and encourage someone who used to have really bad mental health issues to harm themselves, then you are making my point for me way better than I ever could. They also claimed Hannah was making suicide threats against them. According to Aiden, Prag actually admitted to reporting Hannah Animal's account, which, erring on the side of caution, Hannah decided to nuke her own tweets and then block Prag, stating, blocking them since they want to report my account. This is my first account, 2013, so I want to keep it, LMAO. Another person replying to Hannah Animal stated, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta pick a narrative to run with. Do you not care, or do you care a lot, and this is harming your friend's mental health? Tipster retweeted saying, hello, the friend here. I'm fine and I do not need you guys making me out to be a victim when I ain't one. Chill the fuck out. I am fine. To which this person replied, did I say you were a victim? You're a dumbass crybaby who got upset because people made fun of him. And of course, Tipster was quick to use their own logic and words against them. Tipster's direct response to Prag was, I have asked you nicely once and I am going to do so once more. Please stop speaking on my behalf. Thank you. Prag said, while I respect that, this conversation isn't even about you anymore. It's about the the wider problems of the disregard that online harassment, bullying, and the mental health issues that the commentary community has. Tipster put his foot down. If you want to continue to have that conversation, that's your decision. But again, I am respectfully asking you to keep my name out of it. Don't use me as a representation for your argument because I never asked for that, and my emotional state does not apply to your argument. Even though they said they are officially done with this arc, they continue to reply to just about every comment. At one point they said, "I just want to thank everyone who went out and supported me through this. Also, thank you for the lovely check-ins and supportive DMs that I have received. I'm so lucky to know people like you." Aiden quote retweeted saying, "Nobody has supported you through this." So what do I think? I wouldn't consider Prag to be part of the commentary community, which might explain why they are so completely out of their element and why so many people were quick to respond to their arguments. Using Tipster as the focal point of this discussion seems to have been one of the worst mistakes possible. Not only does it undermine the argument by being an example that's severely lacking in, well, severity, but it relied on a series of suppositions being made about Tipster's character when they were provably false. Tipster was never suicidal. Tipster has wiped his tweets before. Tipster has blocked people and taken breaks from YouTube and the internet. Maybe it's a bit of a disconnect between me and those in the political debate sphere. But using this incident as an example on which to base your stance appears to be pretty exploitative, especially considering how ready they were to make a Twitch debate out of this debacle. They clearly have their own personal issues related to this subject that they're perfectly ready to project onto a somewhat popular YouTuber. Is it because using him made the discussion more relevant, despite making their argument undoubtedly weaker? To be fair, if they wanted to use anecdotes from their own life, or the lives of people around them, well, who would care? As of yesterday, Tipster claimed that he's still on break and he'll be back when he's ready. And when he does get back into gear, I'm assuming it'll be business as usual. Old games, cryptids, wrestling, Sonic, Star Wars, and whatever else Tipster has come to mind. Just not commentary. Tipster also appears to have now deleted every VOD older than a month ago. And while it raises questions, this arc is over. Even after covering this, there is no catharsis. My punishment continues to elude me, and I gain no deeper knowledge of myself. No new knowledge can be extracted from my telling.
This confession has meant nothing.